Once the police have convinced the white public that the so-called Negro community is a criminal element, they can go in and question, brutalize, murder unarmed, innocent Negroes, and the white public is gullible enough to back them up. This makes the Negro community a police state. This makes the Negro neighborhood a police state. It's the most heavily patrolled. It has more police in it than any other neighborhood, yet it has more crime in it than any other neighborhood. How can you have more cops and more crime? Why? It shows you that the cops must be in cahoots with the criminal.
Welcome to another stream on the RBN network. I actually am going to start calling these mornings on RBN or RBN mornings. So let's put that up, actually, RBN mornings. Because I never know if an RBN member is going to show up, and there might be a time that I'm not hosting and Nick is here or Rome is here. So let's give it the name RBN Mornings. So welcome. I'm your host for today. I'm Compton J. Wow, it just feels like we on the left thinkers, we've been having a lot of news the last several weeks, hot news. And yeah, just continue. So let's do a chat check. John, as always, what's up, John? Morning. Independent Left News. Shout out to Independent Left News. Good morning. Salam. Good morning, RBN. What does this say? Nancy Pelosi-ishly. Pretty funny. All right, and let's do this last one. Good sunny morning from Michigan. You're in Rome's territory. So morning, that's the chat check for this morning. And then as always, hit the like button. Let's make sure we get as many people here as possible. Yesterday, we had a lot of people in the comments, had a great conversations, great debates in the comments yesterday. So, and if any RBN member is watching, Rome, what's today? Today is Thursday, so possibly JB, Savvy, any of you watching, you want to hop on, because we're going to be getting into something good in just a second. All right, so let's like the stream. Let's subscribe to the channel. The last time I checked, let's actually give an update on that. We hit 16,000 sometime yesterday. Actually, we had something removed on our channel for misinformation, and it was our State of the Union reaction video. It was just removed this morning, so that's some good news, right? Let me put up the update for our subscribers on here. Oops, it's the wrong one I pressed. Let's do it again. 31. All right, so this is our current subscriber count. Thank you. So in a day, we did over 100 subscribers. Let's see if we can do that today. So if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. Last thing is join our mailing list. So if we all know YouTube is not notifying our audience. They're hiding our live videos down in the recommendation. They're hiding it down like in the 7th video, even though the other videos aren't live. So this is the way around that. We email you directly. You just join our Substack, and it's like an automatic email list. And like today, you would have got a notification or an email for this particular stream. All right. So now all of that's out the way. Let's get into the topic. As always, I started with the Malcolm X video. This video in particular, I play a lot because he's talking about the strategy of the ruling class and how they've gotten the overall white population as a whole to go along with some of the things that has happened to the Black community. So I'm gonna play it one more time only because I love it. And let's play it. It's not even a minute, so let's play it one more time.
Once the police have convinced the white public that the so-called Negro community is a criminal element, they can go in and question, brutalize, murder unarmed, innocent Negroes, and the white public is gullible enough to back them up. This makes the Negro community a police state. This makes the Negro neighborhood a police state. It's the most heavily patrolled. It has more police in it than any other neighborhood, yet it has more crime in it than any other neighborhood. How can you have more cops and more crime? Why? It shows you that the cops must be in cahoots with the criminal.
And what I love about Malcolm X, he always interjected either wittingly or unwittingly humor into a lot of his speeches. So shout out Malcolm X. So let's get now to the first video I had. Let me see. Is that okay? I stopped sharing, so make sure I don't get my inbox, which I got on the episode before. All right, so we're gonna start. I mean, I thought I could. Oh, let me warm up and start with something else, but we're gonna have to start with the Anna Kasparian announcement. I guess you can call it an announcement. So we'll start there. Okay, so many people tweeted about it, but let's bring up Comrade and fellow RBN members tweet about it, and that is JB Font. So let's go here. Let's bring JB's tweet up here. So this got a lot of reaction for people on the left. There was varying reaction. Let's just say some people took the time to say, hey, where have you been? I think JB's one of them. And then some people just kind of didn't believe it. And then there was just those that said, welcome aboard. So I know we all, let me just read Jimmy. Let me just read JB. So I like to enlarge mine. So let's enlarge this for a second. So, dear Anna, we have held this position for a while now, and I'm glad that you finally realize what we've been observing. If you're open, having a conversation about building organized movement, mutual aid, I'd be happy to talk. 650 likes, not bad. Let's see some of the quote tweets from his. All I see with Anna's bullshit is a host that has lost the majority of her viewers and is now trying to do something she is not to regain viewers, so she can go right back to taking money from billionaires, blocking the left, and telling you to vote blue. This kind of summarizes or is similar to what the RBN account tweeted out. Does she just wake up? Can everyone see the embedded video within this QT? Let's skip to a different one. That good old saying, we'll see if there is iron in her words or if it's nothing but hot air. We'll see. So let's watch the video. Let's go to JB's tweet, and then let's watch the video. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, and I'm probably going to play it a few times before we really get into this discussion. But let's play it, then give an overall view, and then we'll play it again and kind of go into detail. So here we go. Yeah, let's play it from here.
If we're going to sit around and wait for our elected lawmakers to protect us from these religious zealots and these right-wing authoritarians, man, we have another thing coming. How many times do we need to be disappointed by them? I'm done with them. And personally, I don't speak for everyone in this network. I want to be clear. I'm speaking for myself. I'm done with them completely. The Democratic Party, every single one of them, that includes the squad, I don't care anymore. They have not delivered. They have not delivered. I'm done. Okay. It's time to organize, create organizations that get women and get people in this country what they need. People who are willing to pick up the slack for these disgusting, feckless, corrupt politicians. That's what we need to focus on.
Okay, so I guess my overall description would be, there's no way, Anna, all of that description you just broke down came just from what happened to Nina Turner. So you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they've been doing great. The thing happened with Nina Turner, and then this powder keg, this thing right here exploded. Not this thing, but Anna exploded with this reaction. No, this is buildup. So then my question, or my next thought process, this is all the things I would get out before I would have a conversation with Anna, because I wouldn't want to bring this up. Because when somebody shows up to fight with you, you don't ask them, where have you been? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody shows up on the battlefield, you don't say, where have you been? You hand them a weapon, you say, let's go to war. So that's what I'm trying to be, have a little bit of revolutionary discipline and not go down that route here. Okay, so what I'm saying is, just the thing that just happened recently with Nina Turner, just that one thing is not going to get this sort of reaction. This is something that has built up. So my assessment would be, so all along you've known they've been terrible, just like some of us on the further left have been saying that they've been terrible. But you and other people on your network have been pushing back very vigorously to that assessment, but you obviously have had the same assessment, or have heard the critique that has been given, that you fought against, that you've now arrived at. So, yeah. So that's the revolutionary discipline reaction to somebody who claims to be on the left. Now, here's CJ's reaction. This is obviously bullshit. Let's play it again, and then we'll break it down. Because they've done many things to bring you to this conclusion. The Iron Dome, voting for Nancy Pelosi. So there's a lot of other things they've done worse than this. Or there's a lot of other things they've done that matches this. So let's play this again, and I'll stop in the places I want to make comment.
If we're gonna sit around and wait for our elected lawmakers to protect us from these religious zealots and these right-wing authoritarians, man, we have another thing coming. How many times do?
So was it that? Now it could be this, and I don't know if it's a fair assessment or if it's just human. It took the right issue. So this issue of the Supreme Court striking down abortion rights is what it took her. So maybe it's something different for everybody. So maybe for some of us who have already been here, you know, it was what has been happening in Palestine, or what has happened in Yemen, or what's happening here domestically with wages, with healthcare, with all of that. But for her, none of that got her there. And because it didn't affect her. And maybe this is something that affects her and her circle of friends. So this has gotten her to that point. And maybe that's what it's going to take for other people who are still hesitant, for the K-Hive, for Joe Biden people. is that there has to be an issue that they disappoint, and when I say they, I mean the Democrats, that they disappoint on that affects them directly. And I don't know how. I'm trying to think what other issues. It's just so many issues that they do bad. It just feels like everybody should already be affected, but maybe not. Maybe not the well-off white. I said well-off, but the wealthy, rich, whichever word, white liberal who makes money, who is funded by Wall Street, maybe that person doesn't have a lot to worry about. So when we talk about police shootings, so when we talk about Palestine, so when we talk about the Ukraine coup of 2014, like when we talk about these things, none of these things help. Like Sam Cedar said it. I don't care if the police state gets more money. Those things don't affect her in this instance. But removing the right for abortion affects her. Now, think about that. You know how many other issues that didn't affect her, that she didn't come to that conclusion? And it took her here. Now, we're happy you're here. But yeah, I'll just leave it there. Let's play a little more.
How many times do we need to be disappointed by them? I'm done with them.
That's what we've been saying. How many times do you have to be disappointed with them? How many times do they have to do things that's not socialist, that's not leftist, for you to say, maybe they're not leftist? If somebody yells that they're a millionaire, but then you see them in a uniform for Walmart, which one are you going to believe? You see them in a uniform for Walmart, like an employee uniform, walking into Walmart, but they told you they own their own business and they're millionaires. You see? So let's play a little more. Actually, let me shrink this a little bit. Let's play a little more and take this step by step. Where is it? Oh, right here.
And personally, I don't speak for everyone in this network. I want to be clear. I'm speaking for myself. I'm done with them.
Okay, so I don't have any expertise in reading body language. I just go off of what I do. So what I'm going to tell you, this is no science behind it. This is just how I assess people in my own personal life. Me. I'm looking at her eyes when she's saying words that she's never said before, or like saying that I'm done with them. She's never said she's done with them. So I'm seeing if she's giving a tail in her face, a little twitch in her eye. That's how I make an assessment, or try to attempt to make an assessment of this person is being genuine. This happens a lot when he says a lot of things and he goes on his fake rants, where you can tell that his rage is manufactured. It's not his real reaction. That's what I'm looking for when she speaks here.
I want to be clear. I'm speaking for myself. I'm done with them completely. The Democratic
Now, I don't
Party-
see a tail. I don't. There's nothing that immediately jumps out to me. So maybe in this moment, this is a genuine feeling. And maybe what's later going to happen when she calms down, and I think his name is Jeffrey, and Jeffrey calls her, hey, Anna, I saw that rant, but the $20 million I dropped in y'all bank account, that might wake her up. So let's see. I think the truth will be in time. So if in a month she is still talking this way, it's all in how she's going to adjust. You can't now speak in the manner you speak about the squad after you've said that. Like, so now every segment that you're talking about the squad or any member of the squad, there should be a considerable difference in how you're talking about them if this is true. So that's what I'm looking to see. To find out if this is true in her actions. We'll see. Now, I haven't gotten to the comments yet, so I know it's going to be a lot of different viewpoints on this. And when I get there, we will discuss it. But I'm kind of doing this to build it up, get all of your reactions, and then we're going to kind of go down the line. So let's listen to a little more and take a step by step.
The Democratic Party, every single one of them, that includes the squad, I don't care anymore. They have,
like, I genuinely feel that this is an issue she really cares about. Like maybe one of her top issues, if not the top issue, because I don't see a tail in her face. Nothing in her face is telling me, and in this video, she's lying. Like if I didn't know her, a famous person, and I didn't know her past takes, and she was just on the street speaking, or I just saw this video, I would repost this video. Like if I didn't know her background, I would be like, oh, this girl is real. She finally realized. Now let me repost this, or this woman, I should say. So let's continue.
They have not delivered. They have not delivered. I'm done.
This is the part where I'm saying this is not an assessment that you just come to. You know what I mean? Like they didn't show up for Nina Turner. You want to be like, they have not delivered because they've done other stuff. That is a sentence. That is a statement. That specific part is specifically addressing how they have not materially produced anything. That's over time. So the assessments you've been hearing from the radical left, the far left, the Marxist left, the Marxist-Leninist left, the pushback we've gotten from TYT, from Jank, and from you, Anna, it's just like it's a little. I'll skip that.
Okay. It's time to organize, create organizations that get women and get people in this country what they need. People who are willing to.
It's time to organize. Like I said, if somebody shows up on the front lines to fight with you on your team, you don't ask them where they've been. So if we were to go off, give her the benefit of the doubt, that's what we would do. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going down all the different options, all the different sort of takes. So let's continue through maybe 8 more seconds, then we're done.
To pick up the slack for these disgusting, feckless, corrupt politicians.
Like that was real. She reached deep for that description. Like that was real. Like if she was able to just use profanity, she would have said bitch motherfuckers right there. If she really came out of her unprofessional box, she would have said, these bitch motherfuckers. So let's hear that description.
For these disgusting, feckless, corrupt.
Right there, when she hits that disgusting and feckless, that comes from a genuine place, in my opinion. So this is a genuine reaction. It may not last, but it feels like it's a genuine reaction from the tails. Like I don't see a tail. So she's either a incredible actress, like I don't know. I'm trying to think, like Angela Bassett, Nicole Kidman kind of level acting. So, so let's go to the comments. I know all of you have a lot to say. So let's go to the comments, and then what I want to do is actually I can do this in the background with this video up. I want to just kind of bring up some videos of Anna talking about the squad and show the contrast, right? So Anna Kasparian, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm not trying to at all be disrespectful. I think of everybody on the network. Obviously, I talk about G more. don't talk about Anna that much. And certainly, I don't even know the other guy's name. I think it starts with an L. I don't talk about him at all. So look what pops up. Oh, can you see this? Maybe this. No, that's not on the screen. So when I do a search, what pops up when you type in Anna? Anna, I don't care. Anna meltdown. Roe versus Wade. Yeah. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna type in squad, and then I'm gonna share my screen. So let me take this one down and share the other. Not this one. Oops, not that one either. That one is the wrong one. I'm supposed to be sharing a YouTube. All right, so this one. All right, so this is the search of her name. Let's see. The Young Turks Anna can't pretend to be neutral. Okay, Anna just very heated exchange at hecklers. I typed in the squad now. This is what's coming up. How to fix a broken justice system. Yeah. Oh, that's another rant. I don't care what the Bible says. Yeah, nothing specifically is coming up. Is there? Corrupt Biden cries about squad exposing him. Let's see if Anna talks here. Let's see. Is this coming out okay on the screen? Yeah, so let's see what Anna says.
With reproductive freedom under attack.
Oh, wow, wait, let me see this.
California women count on to defend our rights. GOP-endorsed Senator Brian Dahle stands with Donald Trump.
It's a commercial. It's a campaign ad. I thought it was something specific about.
Two of Joe Biden's top White House advisors privately shared some pretty searing criticism toward progressive members of Congress. Now, this was all revealed in the upcoming book, This Will Not Pass, Trump, Biden.
That's not it. How about we do force? I'm not trying to relitigate this, so let's not go there. Force the vote. I'm just simply trying to find a video that could clearly, where she's talking about, she's forced to vote. Anna Kasparian on the forced to vote sideshow. Wow, it's a sideshow. That is a word she would use. So let me just quickly hear if she's defending the squad. That I'm just trying to quickly get a difference in description.
And this is the other thing I wanted to get to, since you did mention left media and all of that. It is important, I think, to talk about this, that we've just kind of come out of, and the reason to this willing to sign on to this force the vote tactic, and the reason that I bring that up isn't that I particularly want to rehash the underlying merits of that particular tactic for the 10,000th time. I'd actually be pretty happy to never have to talk about that again. But if people want to know what I think, I wrote an article in Jacobin. If people want to know what you think, I think they could do a YouTube search.
Hey, you said you wrote an article at Jacobin. I don't need to read your article. Literally, I don't. You said you wrote an article for Jacobin. That's it. I already know what I know what you say.
Period. Force the vote, and they can find out. And it's not even that I necessarily want to talk badly about any particular person.
This is, I'm gonna stop it here, because all of this preface that he's doing means that that's exactly what he's gonna do. So if your boyfriend, significant other comes in, hey, I'm coming over to talk to you, and they come in and they start going, okay, I'm not trying to hurt you, and I'm not trying to rehash this thing where I'm hurting you again. If they start talking about that, that means that's exactly what they're about to do. So it's too much of this in the beginning for that not to be. So I'm going to stop it there, because this was just a side point. It's not a main point. I don't want to go off into this. And some of what everybody is saying in this comments is telling me that this guy is not a honest actor. in this. I'll just throw up some of your comments right here. Jacobin is a joke right here. I don't know who this person is. You're calling him Ben. I guess that's his name. I don't know this person. So I've never seen his face. I don't know who he is. So it says Kasparian is a non-entity who gets paid a lot of money to smear anti-war, pro-Palestinian journalists. Never mind her total support for Russiagate. Why waste time on this supporter of imperialism? Because some people think she's the left. So what is important? This is a great opportunity because we do get, I will say we get this maybe 3 times in a week. I'll see something like, who cares about this person or this issue? It's because what I feel my particular job, or one of the things I want to do, is you have to meet people where they are. So you have people that's invested in the duopoly, and I think that's what we do on RBN. I think we do a good job. You have people that's invested in the duopoly that wants to talk about Democrats, Republicans, that wants to talk about AOC, the squad. So you talk about them, these topics that is going to bring their ears to consciousness, and then you bring them in to your theory. Then you bring them into your belief in Marxism. Then you bring them into your belief that this AOC. You see how that works? So you do have to talk about some of the issues that's in mainstream media so that it's like a hook, and you bring them in, and then that's when you teach them other things, a different perspective. So that's the reason why we do that, or that's the reason why I do that, I should say. Anna is so immature now that the Dems failure affect her. She's mad, but when it doesn't, yeah, that's exactly what I was pointing out earlier. Thank you, Punky Pinko. Funny name. Ben is so boring. So Ben obviously has a podcast or something. Obviously, I've never heard of Ben, and he's obviously a liberal. What a disgrace using a Jacobin name like that. Wow. So you like Jacobin? Jacobin, in my opinion, has not been good for a long while. Ben Burgess is grotesque. Wow. Supports the Democratic Party. Wow. I don't know who this person is, but so many of you have very colorful descriptions of them. These people are professional hacks. Got it. Okay, so now I have a description of him. She seemed angry and was awfully wordy in saying Jimmy Dore and RBN were right. Yeah, that's what I saw. Thank you, Angela, for that comment. AG says Ben is worse. Wow. Type in TYT election night 2016 meltdown. Okay, thank you. This is why I love the community. So you told me what to type in to get specifically what I'm looking for. So TYT election night 2016 meltdown. Anytime you type in meltdown, I guess that's what you're gonna get. So 2000. Oh, TYT 2000. I know I'm not typing in the same order. Meltdown. Oops. Hang on. Let me go back to the comment and see what else he said. Election night. That's what I need to type in. Okay. Election night. Wow. We just gave. Okay, so I'm assuming it's this one. Okay, or somebody's kind of cut this together. That's an hour and some odd. I'm not doing an hour and some odd on that. Anybody cut this down to short? All right, so I guess I'll just go directly to them since it seems like to be the shortest thing. Wow, so you're saying that I'm going to be in for a treat.
The pandemic tragedy was personal. After losing 2 parents to
This
COVID,
guy's terrible,
Robert
by
worked
the
to
way.
save others from
This guy,
experiencing.
he's running in LA as premier. He's
Some
terrible.
folks made the argument that if Trump wins, we will at least be galvanized and united in fighting against him. Well, it appears Trump has won. So we go to the guys who made that argument. We go to Jimmy Dore. And Jimmy,
wow, you put me onto something. I've never heard this
right
video before. I've never seen it.
But
I've never seen a video where Jimmy Dore on TYT ever.
A little galvanized, right? So what do you think?
Well, that's exactly true. That we, the country has to come together now. The left is going
It's
to
so weird to see Jimmy Dore and Cenk talking civilly together on screen. For me, that's weird.
united, maybe with the independents, and we see what happens. But it's, again, I'll make the same point I made about Richard Nixon, as that if you remember the 68 election, it was crazy, right? And there was the riots in the streets, so at the Chicago and the whole thing. And so the country's been divided like this before. But remember, when Richard Nixon got elected, he passed OSHA, he passed the EPA, he proposed a healthcare plan that's better than the one we have right now. And that's because Americans got together. There was a civil rights movement. There was an anti-war movement. There were movements right now. So right now there's a Black Lives Matter movement. We need to have an anti-war movement. We need to come together and coalesce, and we need to have the left and independents together. And
all right, so I get Jimmy Dore's stance. Let me. This is the person I was saying. I don't know his name.
And
I don't know
to
this
sign
person.
off on a lot of those bills.
And I've never.
They
done a
now
video
have a free pass to pass whatever crazy fucking.
He seems to be the one that's in the least amount of problems. But I'm looking for Anna to talk. They don't do a close up of Anna talking here. She barely talks a little bit here.
About voter suppression laws that were, or voter suppression.
Anyway, let's get back on track. If I have time, I'll get back to this video, or at least the hunt for a different reaction from Anna. But what I do want to do is go back to the original video, because I want to talk about some of your comments. Where is it at? Some of your comments on the video on Twitter in particular. We're gonna kind of cover. Now, I know a lot of you don't believe her. I don't particularly. That's the wrong one. I don't particularly believe her, but I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt. Just saying, hey, going off what you're saying, this is okay. This is what we're gonna do. But let's type in Anna and see all the reaction here. I think all of you can see this on screen, and a Kasparian, I think I've spelled it right. No, there's an L in there somewhere. Oh, shoot. So, JB's was the top one. So Samira says Anna is finally done with the Democratic Party, including the squad. I think this is the original one. So let's see what the original reaction is to this here. Okay, so I think everybody can see this good. Let's just make this slightly larger for the seeing impaired like myself. Okay, so I think that's big enough. All right, so here we go. So this one says, welcome to the political reality for Black Americans since Reconstruction. I'm not Anna Kasparian, but I approve of this message. Why does this remind me of Elizabeth Warren, Oscar-worthy performance? So this person, Larry A.J. Robinson, is pointing out that this feels very fake to him. The same, similar to, or he makes a comparison to the performance of Elizabeth Warren, one of her many performances, actually. This one, Anna Garland says, wow, Anna finally coming to her senses. Just because she is late to the party doesn't mean I won't welcome her. I wish it didn't take something that could impact her own life to realize the riding carcass of the DNC, but better late than never. That's what I was kind of my take. I'm trying to, want it not to be petty and just say that, she's here. This is what having your moment of catharsis looks like when the two-party system, when you come to the realization that there is no winning for the American people supporting the Democrats or Republicans, or only degrees of losing. That's a good comment. done with the Democratic Party, every single one of them just repeating one of her lines. Damn, and a Kasparian finally sees the light, better late than never. Another person. Hell yes, truth bomb. Let's talk proletarian feminism. Anna, you say you want to help women get what they need. Prove it. So this one is, or she's saying, put your money where your mouth is. That's Marisol. If Anna Jank and the other TYT folks realized this after 2016, like everyone else, we would already be well ahead of things right now. But their unwillingness, refusal to tell hard truths about political situations here in America has instead contributed to making things worse. Right. Absolutely agree. And the name of this account is Speaking Tree. Let's maybe do one or two more. She's done with all of us. She blocked for criticizing fake aggressives. She's also done with the unhoused and wants to criminalize homelessness. But far as I can tell, she's not done with U.S. imperialism, deadly sanctions, or U.S. proxy wars. Oh, here goes friend of the show, friend of the network, Frank Analysis. This previous comment I read was David Michael. Let's end with this one. Frank says, this is what she did when I was saying to her the same thing she's saying to us now. An apology would be nice. Oh, he's showing that she blocked him? Oh, that's what he's showing. She blocked him. So yeah. Those are the reactions. I didn't read them in any particular order. I didn't cherry pick. Just went in sort of in order, chronological order that was listed there. So that's Anna's reaction. Let me see if I can turn this error off from here. Oh well, I'll get up in a second. Now, what I do want to talk about, this is all. It's not like I'm transitioning. Anna Kasparian is talking about Nina Turner, about the abortion rights being stricken down by the Supreme Court. Actually, let's briefly just search that. Let's briefly search that. Supreme Court. Because there was a topic that I was going to include in this, and I didn't think I had time, but I'm going to briefly just talk about it. And that is the Supreme Court. And let's get some reaction to what's happening. Obviously, what's going to happen. And by the way, for those that don't know, Chief Justice Roberts confirmed that that's actually the actual draft. So there's no, this could be it. That's it. And Judge Alito is not changing his mind. Believe me, the people who's voting, Clarence Thomas, get the fuck out of here. Alito, get the fuck out of here. And then the two that were specifically sent there, and Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, they were specifically sent there for this. They're not changing their mind. So stop that. Okay? So the Supreme Court is a big topic. You got those that are reacting, saying, let's pack the court. I think Nina Turner's one of them who says that. But let's just get some reaction from some people. Let's see what some people has been saying. What she said. Is this recent? How long ago is this? Oh, wow. So let's go to videos. He put his video up there. Let's listen to Elizabeth Warren. Let's listen to Elizabeth Warren here. So do your best to keep your breakfast down while we play Elizabeth Warren. Okay, everyone? No snake emojis. Let's listen to Elizabeth Warren. I think this is yesterday or the day before.
Because I am angry. Because an extremist United States Supreme Court thinks that they can impose their airplane. They can fly to another state. They can fly to another country. They can get the protection they need. This will fall on the poorest women in our country. This will fall on the young women who have been abused, who are victims of incest. This will fall on those who have been raped. This will fall on mothers who are already struggling to work 3 jobs to be able to support the children they have. Well, I am here because I am angry, and I am here because the United States Congress can change all of this. Yes, angry but committed. Understand this. Understand this. I have seen the world where abortion is illegal. And we are not going back. Not ever. No. So say it with me. We are not going back. We are not going back. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. Not ever. Never.
That was great. So let me go into my whataboutism. But before I do that, actually, so I can get this off the screen, hit that like button. We have about 270 people watching, and we only have a little bit less than 200 likes. So maybe we can get another 50 likes on there, and we can get another 50 people in the room in the comments for more discussion. So if you could do that, hit that like button. We're at 274. I know we can at least get to 274 likes. So I'll check back in on that in just a second. Now, let's go to my whataboutism here. So just like Anna, I guess this is her trigger issue, because there's many different things that should have gotten Elizabeth Warren out, saying this very exact thing. We are not going back. The George Floyd killing, we're not going back to not having qualified immunity. We're getting rid of that, and we're not going back. She should have said that. $15 minimum wage, Senate parliamentarian, fuck the Senate parliamentarian, and we're not going back. Increase in military funding, we're not giving you more money, and we're not going back. Like, there's several things that should have gotten her out there. That, yes, I'll just leave it there. Several things. So thank you for those that like. Let's go to the comments before, because what we're gonna do is, I wanted to just interject this and get that out there. But what we're gonna do is, the next topic we're gonna interject. We're gonna kind of fuse it together with this on Anna and her reaction to the Democratic Party, but we're gonna talk about the Justice Democrats, because all of the topics really that we're talking about today are kind of all really a little bit can be related here. I'll put it on the screen. We're talking about Anna now. And then we got America in crisis with incompetent leadership. Then we got the collapse of this is really kind of all happening at the same time. And Anna is kind of already speaking to the collapse of, or she's speaking to the collapse of the Justice Democrats project. So the whole Justice Democrat project to be some sort of, let me see if I can find something on Twitter where Cenk is talking about the Justice Democrats, or Kyle, because I think they're the two that created, or the founders. So Justice Democrats. Let's put Cenk in there. Let's see if anything comes up. The project of the Justice Democrats is, can we officially say it's terrible and it's over? Like, we can officially say the project that of the Justice Democrats is over. Let me see what he says here. This is a video. It says, you believe the people that ran the government before it took over were good people? Do you trust the government so much? Or have you just not questioned what you hear from Cenk and the socialists? Let's see what he says here. I don't know what this video is going to say, so let's see.
When I saw the media acting like, oh yeah, ha, 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 it's over. Oh, Cenk, you're just being conspiratorial. No, Donald Trump believes in America. No, he's not going to go that far. No, I know and you don't, and I was right and they were wrong. So
which media?
Okay, you
which
think
media?
The media that
Cenk,
is now.
I watched the media.
So it looks like she called him out and he didn't know which media. Is that what the point of this video is? Which media? And he don't. You're gonna be. Oh, you're some sort of tough guy now, huh? Anna, is that what he wanted to say? Watch this.
You
which
think
media?
The media that
Cenk,
is now.
I watched the media
Wait,
all day.
I didn't rewind it.
Literally,
okay,
I didn't rewind it far enough. Watch this.
No, I know and you don't, and I was right and they were wrong. So
which media?
Okay, you
which
think
media?
The media that
Cenk,
is now.
I watched the media all day. Literally,
Okay, Anna.
the moment I wake up, 5 in the morning, I'm up. And I'm watching the news nonstop until I'm on air for this show. So I want to know who you're talking about because clearly I'm missing it. All I hear 24/7 is like anti-Trump stuff, fear-mongering about Trump, okay? Like just the opposite of what you're referring to.
When I
Wow, that was a pretty funny video. I did not expect that. Pretty funny video though. Yeah. But anyway, let's go back and see if I can find another one. So she was wow, is that one of my videos? Oh no. Okay, it says here. Oh, this is them endorsing Nina Turner. So this is all wrapped in together. So Nina Turner is hot on top, is a hot topic. What's happening to abortion rights is a hot topic. But what's happening with Nina Turner, what's happening on the left, what's happened with the Progressive Caucus, these are all kind of wrapped together with the Justice Democrats. And the strategy they had of some sort of like infiltrating the Democratic Party with some sort of militant progressive Democrats in there to agitate, they are absolutely not agitating. They have absolutely not agitated. They haven't accomplished anything whatsoever. They've just disappointed. I mean, we can go down the line. Let's go down the line. So let me actually take this down. Do I have a picture of the squad anywhere? First, let me bring up a picture of the squad. We can go down the line. Actually, let's see if I have that one or the squad, but they have Nancy Pelosi's face superimposed over it. This may be it, but if it's not, it's all right. I mean, because I want to bring this up. We're going to talk about them one by one. Let's go from left to right here. Left to right. I think that's Ayanna Pressley. Complete disappointment. Cori Bush. She's a disappointment. Is that? I guess that's AOC. Yeah, AOC. Is that AOC? Complete disappointment. Jamal Bowman sold out 2 minutes after he was elected. Ilhan Omar. She has some of my least criticism, but she's been a disappointment. Rashida Tlaib has been a disappointment. She's had some of my least criticism too. But Rashida Tlaib has been a disappointment. Pramila Jayapal, Rokana, Mark Pocan. Now, these other people I'm naming, some of them are not part of the Justice Democrats, but the point I'm making is this experiment has clearly failed. This experiment has clearly failed. The Justice Democrats have as a complete failure. Let's go to their page here. A complete and utter failure. They don't do what they say they do. They don't do and let's not forget Mondaire Jones. Where has he been? We don't even talk about that guy anymore. Build the squad. Okay. Oh, this is an old video. Okay, I was about to say, I know they're not still talking about build some motherfucking squad. What the Justice Democrats have become is just, there's no other way you can say it. There's just simply terrible. But the strategy, let's talk about that. But the strategy, let's talk about the strategy. One, let's elect progressive Democrats. Let's elect them. That's a good strategy. Let's elect progressive Democrats to go in and agitate. And then you elect them. And you galvanize all these people, AOC in particular, galvanize all these people to believe in you're going to do this. Finally, a project that's going to do something. We elect you and you literally do nothing. Oh, we need some more. We elect some more. You literally do nothing. Then you start voting for Nancy Pelosi. Then you start you start abstaining from voting. Then you start voting for Iron Domes. Then you stop opening your mouth. You stop supporting things like forced to vote. Then you start giving Biden an A. Then you start calling her Mama Bear. What part of the strategy is all of this? Is my question. Like, what part of the strategy includes all of this garbage? What part of that strategy does that include? Let's go to her. Let's go to AOC. So anyway, I don't need to get into any of her tweets. So let me take this off. I'm going to bring up the next video here. But let me ask a question to those in the audience, and then I'm going to put your answers on the screen. Actually, let me add this here, the Nina Turner part. Let me look this up. So I think Nina Turner represents the final. It felt like her candidacy this last time was the final time that this Justice Democrat strategy, like this is the last time you can go to the well and pull this again. And clearly this didn't work either. Oh wow, it's some new video. I'm going to put this up in just a second. Clearly this won't work. Oh wow, David Pakman speaks on it. Maybe I should get David Pakman's view on this. Let's look and see what Forbes says about this race here. I think, let me put it on screen. Because it feels like Nina Turner's candidacy this last time was the last time that they can try to do this strategy and people still kind of believe in it. And if it felt like a lot of people don't believe in it still, and you see that in the results of the Nina Turner campaign. Because like I said yesterday, there's not a 70-30 split. The 70-30 results, 70% for Chantel, there's not a 70-30 split there. That's showing and indicating that progressives did not come out. People that would vote for it, they did not come out. It was a depressed voter base for that side. So that's telling me this strategy's over. You sold us on it on AOC, and that's why she was one of the more highest profile, and that's why she has the highest profile. You sold us on that. You sold us that on Jamal. You sold us that on Mondaire. You sold us that on Rashida and Ilhan. You sold us all of this stuff. We just need this. We just need more. You kept selling us this. We did that. It's not working. You tried it this last time with Nina Turner, and it didn't work. This strategy's over. So there's no more. Oh, there's no more. Let's just get these Democrats. Let's just get these progressives in. This strategy is officially, in my book, dead. Let's listen to what she says here. Forbes says about the Nina Turner race here.
Forbes breaking news. Last night, incumbent Ohio Congresswoman Shontel Brown again defeated progressive firebrand Nina Turner in Ohio's 11th congressional district. Brown had defeated Turner in a special election late last year after Marcia Fudge left to become HUD secretary. Brown, who was endorsed by Hillary Clinton and seen as the establishment choice, prevailed over Turner, a longtime Bernie Sanders ally and surrogate. Former state Senator Turner earned the support of progressives, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Once again, she came up short, though, and this time by a much wider margin.
For them to interject, it's on purpose. Even though she was without giving the very important detail that endorsement was less than 12 hours before, or less than 24 hours before voting began. Like, that has to be inserted there because it doesn't give the real understanding of what happened. You just might think, whoa. And then, well, you would think, well, how any other endorsement that comes earlier in the campaign, the person comes out and campaigns for them and do all, none of that stuff happened. None of that stuff happened. Let's listen to some more. It looks like she was about to break it, or it sounded like she was about to break this down.
Let's take a listen to Brown's victory speech.
You know that song is "Pump, Pump, Pump" on my lap at all times. A gun. That's what that beat is. I've never actually heard Shontel talk. I've never. I mean, I don't have any interest in any particular interest in hearing another, sellout black person part of the establishment. I don't have any particular interest, but this is my first time hearing her speak.
Oh my goodness, God is good. All the time. God is good. Oh my goodness. Glory to God. Praise the Lord.
So God helped her get elected? Is that what happened? God likes neoliberals? Is that what she's saying? You guys get the point. I don't need to. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not gonna get through this here and talk about this particular video. But the point that I'm getting at with the Justice Democrats and Nina Turner and Shontel Brown is this. This was the last straw. There's no more. You see what people think about this strategy. We're done with it. You hear Anna Kasparian. She's done with Democrats. Now it's for a different reason, but she's done. This is where we're at as a leftist movement. And it feels like a lot of people on the left, maybe more reformist leftists, are late to the party on this. The Marianne Williamsons, the Jen Perlmans, the who else claims to be on the left that kind of still supports this idea. Anyway, there's several, but this is the collapse of the Justice Democrats. And I think even Cenk, there's video of Cenk criticizing the Justice Democrats. Is there a video here of him criticizing them? Oh, that's many different things. Sam Cedar, Nina Turner's turn. Okay, so there's nothing. Oh wow. Do we want to see? Oh wow, he did this video, the end of Justice Democrats. Let's watch this. This is actually the Vanguard talking about the same
And here at
topic,
Blue
the
Bunny, we
end
employ the
of the
world's
Justice
best.
Democrats. Uyghur calls out progressives on TYT for selling out. I saw that yesterday. I don't need to revisit that part. I'm pretty sure I saw this yesterday.
In Ohio, and specifically the way she was basically abandoned by, left out to dry by the House progressives, the squad members, everyone but AOC, essentially, who came in, just mere hours.
Great point, and I've got to say this.
Like I don't count that as an
We're
endorsement
honest
to
with
me.
you guys. What progressives in Congress did to Nina Turner was a betrayal. And they betrayed her. Why? Probably because they were largely scared.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, they're not doing it flippantly, and they're not doing it because now they're all of a sudden stuck up, etc. They're doing it because and I know this for a fact.
Cenk is one of those guys that says, believe me, trust me. Anytime somebody says, believe me or trust me, that's the time you don't believe them or trust them. I've come to understand that. But anyway, we're going to move off on that and get to and interject, because these are all tied together. I'm going to kind of be talking about all of them together. And that's the final topic we're going to also introduce here. Let me pop that up just one more time. And that is America's is in crisis with no competent leadership. America's in crisis with no competent leadership. Let me just bring this up here. Type in Joe Biden here. Now, Joe Biden says something about let's not watch that. I don't want to watch Jim Jordan, Lisa. But the point that I'm making is this. America's in crisis. Let's just take the last 2 years. Let's take the last 2 years here. So we've had a pandemic. 1 million people die. We're currently on the verge of World War III, possibly nuclear war with the Ukraine conflict. Joe Biden is increasing military budget, sending money over to Ukraine. Yemen war still going on. Israel still bombing in Palestine, bombing Syria. Inflation numbers are, off the charts. You're seeing mysteriously burning of food processing centers. You see what's happening with climate change. We're seeing the physical effects of climate change. This president's numbers are terrible. The second in command, the one they want to have come up next, that person's numbers are even worse than Joe Biden's. On the other side, we have Donald Trump. We have the Supreme Court that's just now going to be striking down abortion rights. And a clear political, non-elected court that's making these decisions. We have a media and a press that's in cahoots with the corporations that have bought our government. You have, along with the inflation, because I mentioned that earlier, you have stagnant wages. You're talking about we're still at $7.25. You have people without healthcare, high cost of healthcare. Like all of this stuff coming to a head. I forgot about evictions. The eviction moratorium was over. Forgot about that. Evictions is happening. Homeless population is increasing. We're in crisis here with no foreseeable future, no sort of no competent leader at all. No competent leader at all. Let's see. What is he talking about? Biden's remarks here. But this is our president, and I'm going to play it. Since it's 15 seconds, just something real quick.
Here's to the ones who work smarter.
This is our president. This is our president. So I named all the things that's sort of happening all at once, right? And this is the person who's in charge. Let me make this big. Of fixing that.
You got it? This week, my administration released new information that contains that we're on track to cut the federal deficit by another $1.5 trillion by the end of this fiscal year. The biggest decline in a single year ever in American history. The biggest decline on top of us having a $350 billion drop in the deficit last year, my first year as president. We also learned that for the first time since 2016, the Treasury Department is planning to pay down the national debt issued to the public this quarter. And for all the talk the Republicans make about deficits, it didn't happen a single quarter under my predecessor. Not once. The bottom line is the deficit went up every year under my predecessor before the pandemic and during the pandemic. Why is it important? Because bringing down the deficit is one way to ease inflationary pressures in an economy where a consequence of a war and gas prices and oil and food and it's a different world right this moment because of Ukraine and Russia.
No. You see, he's trying to interject Ukraine and Russia as the cause of that and not him, his policies, his decisions, his lack of ability, his lack of guts. No. Now, I've built up a lot of comments, so I'm going to have to shoot through a lot of these comments. I asked a question, and we're going to go to those answers now. So let me scroll up and begin to get your answers on here and talk about some of these before we continue with some of this topic. Now, let's... That's funny. God is code word for money. That's when earlier she mentioned that Nina didn't pray hard enough. Nina didn't pray hard enough. Yeah, when they were saying God is good, like God got her elected. Wow. The Holy Spirit has gotten her. That's funny. We gonna be all right for those that saw her video that Nina posted. This person's still a Nina supporter. Good for you. Let's see here. Anna lost her face because she got eggs Benedict Arnold all over. iKenny also played its part. Let's be real. Anna is only done until one of the squad speaks about violence, hate tweets. Brown is a corporate Christian. Oh, I guess you're talking about Jamal Brown. Let's go here. Nina is worse than Brown because she's deceptive. With Brown, we know what we're facing. Let's go here. Stick a fork in Justice Democrat. Officially done. They are now just Democrats. Great comment. Thank you. Yes. What's up? Morning. Brown is worse than Nina. Yeah. I guess Tim Black does have a video. I'll get to that. It'll be the funny part of this segment. Representative is just a sought-after resume booster at this point to get into upper management somewhere. Jink is mostly mad he wasted $25K. That's right. He donated money through his super PAC. Jimmy Dore might have jank videos of flip-flopping on Dems. I bet he does, because he does drop some jewels every now and then. Oops, I think I hear my daughter's waking up. So, good advice on trust me. Yes. When people say trust me, don't trust them. Absolutely. Like this video. I haven't checked in a while, but I can do a check right now to see where we're at. So let's see where we're at, people. We are currently at 287 likes. We can probably get, I think we got another 75 unique viewers that have not liked. So if you're watching now and you haven't liked our video, like this stream, please like it. That gets more people into the stream for conversation in the comments for all of you to have these great conversations. So let's go to the next one. Anti-imperialist is the way to go. Trying to get to some. Okay, here it goes. Nina lost a big chunk of her base when she refused to even acknowledge the Medicare for All march. She lost another chunk when she joined TYT. Yes. It's funny how Cenk doesn't know the part he played in her loss. He knows the part he plays in her loss. But let's take this comment. She did use a chunk of her base. I do remember, though, when she joined TYT, that was a thing. It was like, wow. This is a complete, like, you joining TYT, you don't think that contribute to the depressing the voter turnout for you? Because the most enthusiastic people that come out for Nina Turner, or that would come out for Nina Turner, are leftists. Those will be the most enthusiastic people. Those are people who will come out regardless of the money, the dark money on the other side. It's a great point. Let's continue to get some more of your comments. That is true. Peace is not profitable. Thank you. Hit the like button there also. If you hate capitalism, you should be ecstatic that the market is dying run. And the fraud squad is supporting the $33 billion package for more war. You like that? So so all of these things, and I've made several videos on this, and one of my videos addressed this, where it's the squad is a terrible example for all the progressive that are running right now. Like when Marianne Williamson did her Seize the House kind of event where she tried to get donations and promote more progressive Democrats. The problem is you have the squad in there that is a terrible example. They are literally if the Republicans were in office, the squad would not have been exposed like this. But because the Democrats hold all the levers of power except for the Supreme Court right now, it is clear. There's no hiding behind Mitch McConnell. There's no hiding behind Kevin McCarthy. And the Justice Democrats and the squad have looked terrible. Literally in the last 6 months in particular, with some of the voting that they've done, some of the things that they've backed, some of the things that they have not backed. Like, they're terrible. So that makes it hard for more people to vote. That makes people go, why would I vote for more people if this is what they're going to do? Let's continue here. Let's see. We need leaders, Latino leaders, movement leaders. Can we all name someone to be in charge of, let's say, Medicare for all? He going to send more weapons? I'm sure he is. This is what this is all about, is the selling of weapons. Yes, we can't afford healthcare, gas, groceries, rent, or mortgage on this country, but let's give Ukraine $33 billion. It's an outrage. This is what I was saying. Like, America's in crisis. You mean to tell me we have an inflation, we have a pandemic, or we had or still going through a pandemic? We have this outrageous inflation numbers. And you see them trying to message that as now the Ukraine. We had inflation before this. Inflation was like at 6.5%, I think, or something like that before this. So stop it. Austerity is in full swing. Absolutely. So you have You have a nation in crisis, and then you have austerity on top of that. People who have this sort of economic libertarian belief of, live and let live, live and let die, I guess. Don't care. Deficit. I'm not a deficit person. Don't care about that. We need to choose our own leaders. That is a good point. We do need to choose our own leaders. Look at this one here. They're here saying this. Don't care what she thinks or anyone else on her crappy channel. Wow. What kind of stuff do you hear on her channel though? I saw one video the other day. Now let me get some more of your comments. I'm just trying to shoot through a lot of comments missed earlier, getting caught up. So part of the aid going to Ukraine is to help citizens, but not a dime to help people struggling in our own country. I feel bad for those people standing behind him. Shame, shame. Yeah. Like imagine standing behind a person talking and he's demented and terrible. Wow, Biden is just atrocious. All of our money goes to the military industrial complex here and corrupt SOBs on the other side of the globe. Absolutely. 33 billion. Also, he lied about deficit is down. And who cares about the deficit really? We got all these things happening and you want to talk about pin down some fucking deficit? So let's continue. So down. Joe Biden can't find his car keys in the morning. That's a joke there, I guess. Nina the sellout. What do you mean by that when you say that? They are all sellouts speaking about the squad. Chantel Brown is a corporate Christian. 33 billion for Nazis, 0 for education, 0 for student debt, 0 student debt relief, 0 for Medicare for all, 0 for small businesses, 0 for teachers, 0 for hourly wage workers. But you want to vote for them again, vote them back in office. Yeah, 33 billion. Who's going to pay for that? Great question. All right, so I have never spent this long on comments, but let's get through some more because there was like almost 300 comments. I'm a doctor. I actually need people to trust me. I lost my job shoveling bull manure. I wonder if the White House will call me. Great question. So I think that's, gotta hit this. It looks like I got some more. So is that 100 million or 1,000 million equals 1 billion times that times 33? Trying to give you the perspective of how much money that is. Okay, here go some more comments here. We got to stay focused. These people are not our friends. Absolutely. Deficit does not matter. Modern money theory, read that. How many of you know who is the person who reps the district you live in, but everyone knows the name of AOC? Come on, y'all. Yes. This is a let's talk about this comment right here. So you know the name of AOC, but you may not know the name of your local rep. That's a great point. You should know the name of both. But let me say this. For some people, all politics is local, including national politics is local. And a lot of times the national conversation speaks to the topics that affect you more directly. Now, speaking locally to your local representative, you can get a quicker response on things, but they're not going to give you Medicare for all. That's not going to happen. They're not going to change the national federal minimum wage. They can't do anything about climate change, about war. You get what I'm saying? So people are going to be invested in all those national topics because a lot of the national topics affect them more personally than even because you go locally, they're talking about bike paths. I worked at City Hall. They're talking about bike paths. They're talking about painting red on curbs. That's what you're getting. You're getting that direct physical response from localities, but that's just about your house, your yard, your street light, the corner liquor store. That's not about healthcare. That's not about, minimum wage. I named a few already. So it's good to be invested in both. But that's the reason why people talk about the national stuff more. Is because those national topics are things that they're more interested in, that would be something that impacts their lives more directly. Let's see, double speak. Oh, gotta refresh this for more comments. Here we go. Liberals are the bedrock of capitalist stranglehold. They will never become the real left. Their entire job is to prevent leftward motion past a certain point on the spectrum. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And this person, I guess, believes maybe they're talking about that. So abortion has been a dog whistle for both parties. Absolutely. And this is the reason why the Democrats haven't codified it. And this is another topic I was going to say. Democrats is blaming everybody but themselves. Everybody but themselves. You're to blame for what's happening on the Supreme Court, not Jill Stein. The person you have to blame is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because she could have retired during Obama. You have her to blame. Then you have Hillary Clinton for being such a terrible candidate and losing to Donald Trump. You have her to blame. Also, you have Joe Biden for getting Clarence Thomas on the court. That's a Joe Biden thing. So, that lockstep vote, that locked-in cement vote they have from Clarence Thomas on this, that's because of Joe Biden. Specifically because of Joe Biden. So, and then all this time, what are you waiting for? You could have done something to codify this. You've had almost 50 years. I think this was 1973, 25. That's 20. Yeah, almost 50 years to do this. But now that you've sat on your hands playing, I don't have the power to do nothing for 50 years, and the Republicans have put like this wasn't overnight. This wasn't overnight. This was literally a 50-year plan for them that they finally executed. You didn't have to vote. Who voted for? I think Joe Manchin voted for Kavanaugh. There was Democrats that voted for Kavanaugh. The people who are voting for Susan Collins, the Democrats that are putting her in office, she put Brett Kavanaugh on the court. The Democrats are to blame for this. Because they wanted to leave it as an issue that they can debate over and run campaign ads on, they decided not to codify it because they thought that it would never get to where they can overturn this, but guess what? They have. So it's no one's fault but the Democratic Party. Specifically, Joe Biden has specific parts in it for why we've gotten here. Let's continue to, okay, Obama never got a vote for his Supreme Court nominee, and the Dems did nothing but give in. Exactly. Natural disaster occur and funding isn't there for months. Let's see. Next one. Yes, the disgusting reason why Democrats never block conservative Supreme Court picks and allow Republicans to block their liberal picks is so they can continue using a wedge issue. Exactly. Thank you, Christian. Great point. Great point. I think I'm going to be bringing this episode to a close. I think it's my turn to make breakfast for the girls today. So, but all of these issues are kind of intertwined together. We don't have competent leadership. From Nancy Pelosi. Just think about our leadership before I get out of here. Nancy Pelosi. Let's start at the top. Joe Biden. Does anybody really believe Joe Biden is running this country? Does anybody believe that? I don't. You got Joe Biden. You got Kamala Harris that they're hiding because she's terrible. Every time she touches, she steps in front of a mic, it's awful. Then you got people like Pete Buttigieg. Then you got Amy Klobuchar. Then you got Stacey Abrams. Then you got Cory Booker. All terrible. Let's listen to what
my goodness, look.
MSNBC says about what happened about the Supreme Court leak commercial. Let's get through this commercial though.
Just have a statement now from the president on this. And I think it's important to he makes 3 points, and the third one's the most important. First, he says that he stands by, of course, Roe v. Wade. He believes a woman's right to choose is fundamental. It's been the law of the land for almost 50 years. Secondly, he points out that after the enactment of the Texas law and other laws restricting women's reproductive rights, that he directed his Gender Policy Council and the White House counsel's office to prepare options. But most importantly, the third here, he says, if the court does overturn Roe, it will fall on our nation's elected officials at all levels of government to protect a woman's right to choose. And it will fall on voters to elect pro-choice officials
here we go.
This November at the federal level.
And there is the real thing. You have to vote for more. Look what they did. Does everybody know that that's what's going to happen? We need more Democrats. Look what they did on the Supreme Court, and getting more Democrats is going to do what? Those 6 justices is going to be on there for a while. And do what? Actually, maybe not Clarence Thomas, but Roberts, Alito, Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, like they're going to be there for a while. So electing more Democrats does what? You have Democrats now. The Senate and the House can write companion legislation right now that codifies it right now, and the president can sign it. Tell me this. I'm going to use an analogy and then I'm going to bring it in. If I was an abolitionist to slavery party, would it be okay for me to support a pro-slavery candidate? Would it be okay for an anti-slavery party to support pro-slavery candidates in different areas? Would that be okay? Because that's essentially what the Democrats, they claiming to be for abortion rights as they support anti-abortion candidates. Tim Ryan was anti-abortion. He was on the 2016 ticket with Hillary Clinton. But y'all want to act like Democrats are fighting this fight for you. I hope liberals aren't falling for this. I hope they're not falling for this. We're in crisis. Let's go down the leadership line on the Republican side. Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy. No leadership coming from that side. Donald Trump. No leadership coming from that side. I've already spoken about the Democrats. Forgot about Chuck Schumer. Along with what I said, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden. We don't have leadership here. Then we got Bernie Sanders, that sheepdogs for Democrats part-time. And then the other part-time, he says the right thing. Multiple converging crises happening with no competent leadership only means more pain for average people like us. So I'm going to be ending this stream in just a few minutes. I'm going to throw up a couple of more comments here. Let me check the like also. So later today, I'm going to just give you a programming note as I'm doing this. Later today, we have roundtable. Today's Thursday, right? Wow, this week is going by fast. Later today, we have the RBN roundtable. Thank you. Wow, 349 likes. Thank you for that. All of you were very responsive, and believe it or not, it actually helps. If you look at our stream yesterday, I think we're over 1,000 now, but it was at points where we were low and hey, can we get to this? Hey, can we get to 500? And it pushed that video is going to be well over 6,000 views, and it's solely based on you and the number of likes. That's why I'm saying it's so very important. Like this stream if you still haven't liked it. Subscribe to us if you haven't subscribed to us already. Let me find a better video. I feel like this conversation or this stream, we have to talk about a lot of things that, America in crisis sort of things. So I want to leave with a video. Let me find something good. Daughters are waking up, so you may hear some noise, but that's okay. In the background, you may hear a little bit of noise here. Wow, I'm not gonna play that one. So let's play. This is a funny one. Since we're talking about Joe Biden and how terrible he is, let's play this one. No. Thank you. Throw some comments up here while that video is loading. What was the percentage of Democrats who voted in Ohio? 10%. That's very low, if that's the case. I hadn't heard. Tim Kaine is in the membrane. Daddy duty calls. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here. Abolish the 3 branches of the U.S. government. Down with the empire. Thank you, Lexi B. Hey to everyone lurking and not in the chat. Yes, exactly. We can clearly see you're not. Come on now. If you're not going to be in the chat, let's throw some likes up. Let's get this over 400 before the stream ends. Where was we? Where were we? Yeah, that's 51 likes. Can we get 51 likes before the stream ends? Let's get to 400. We need an anti-war president. I don't think we've ever had that. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good content, RBN. Thank you for that. Good morning, all. Who's ready for a revolution? I think we all are. I think you're giving me the update on the count. So, when was this? Minutes ago, a few minutes ago. Oh, 3 minutes ago, we were at that. So let's try to get to 400. If you can't smash that like button. Okay, so let's see if this video is loaded. Still sort of loading. I'm gonna leave you then with a different video. I got a couple of historical videos set up for you. But then again, I got some Margaret Kimberly videos. I got so all of these, and then Nick going ranting. Let's not do that one. I did that one last time. Oh, I have not shouted out. Thank you for that in the comments. I have not shouted this out. Join our mailing list so that you get notifications when we're gonna go live, that when we're gonna about to put up content. Join our mailing list, please. You'll get notifications from whenever we do, from whenever we go live. So I'm gonna leave you with this video. Wow, that's a young Obama. Let's leave you with let's leave you which that's a good one. I don't think I've ever played this one. So this is Emmett Till's mother explaining the conditioning of her son's body. So this is her talking about it. I'm going to leave you with this video. This is a historical video. Check it out. Like this stream again. Thank you for everybody who joined me today. Topics wasn't that uplifting, but that's how it is. We're living in the end time, the late stage capitalism. So, what can we do? Be back later for I won't, but come back later for the roundtable. There might be another stream in between. I'm not completely sure. I didn't check the schedule. That's my cat. My cat is up too. You might hear my cat in the background. But I'm going to leave you with this video. I won't be coming back afterwards. Thank you for joining me today. I'm your host, Compton J. And this is my last episode for the week. Today's Thursday, right? Fridays, I'm usually off. Unless something major drops, like Nina Turner does something, or Joe Biden, eradicates 100% of student debt, I'll be back. But otherwise, I won't be back until Monday. So I'll see everybody on Monday. Thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna leave you with this video. Emmett Till's mother.
I saw his tongue had been choked out, and it was lying down on his chin. I saw that this eye was out, and it was lying about midway the cheek. I looked at this eye, and it was gone. I looked at the bridge of his nose, and it looked like someone had taken a meat chopper and chopped it. And I looked at his teeth, because I took so much pride in his teeth. His teeth were the prettiest things I'd ever seen in my life, I thought. And I only saw two. Where are the rest of them? They'd just been knocked out. And I was looking at his ears. His ears were like mine. They curled. They're not attached, and they curled up. The same way mine are. And I didn't see the ear. Where's the ear? And that's when I discovered a hole about here, and I could see daylight on the other side. I said, now, was it necessary to shoot him? If that's a bullet hole, was that necessary? And I also discovered that they had taken an axe and they had gone straight down across his head, and the face and the back of the head were separate.